Hello students, welcome back to Science World. I hope you all are good and taking care of yourself. Students, in this video we are going to read some multiple choice questions from NCERT Exemplar. Chapter 8, How do animals reproduce? Class 10. Okay, so let's start. So students, this chapter number 8, How do organisms reproduce, is your term 2 chapter. So let's see some multiple choice questions. Question number 1. In the list of organisms given below, those that reproduce by the asexual method are banana, dog, yeast, amoeba. Now, four options are there. We have already studied about the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So, here we know that banana reproduce by vegetative propagation, dog is a mammal, it reproduces sexually, yeast reproduce by budding, which is asexual method of reproduction, amoeba reproduce by binary fission, it is also asexual method of reproduction. So, here the answer is B. Banana, yeast and amoeba, they reproduce by the asexual method of reproduction. Question number 2. In a flower, the parts that produce male and female gametes or germ cells are stamen and anther, filament and stigma, anther and ovary, stamen and style. Now here if you will see the options, first one, stamen and anther. Here stamen is the male reproductive part which has anther and filament. Okay, so this is not the option. Then B, filament and stigma. Here filament is the male reproductive part while stigma is the female reproductive part. But stigma and filament, they do not reproduce or they do not produce the male and female gametes. So this option is not there. Look at the D option, stamen and style. Now stamen जो है, it is the name for the male reproductive parts of the flower, that is anther and filament, while style is the part of female reproductive parts in the flower. Okay, so we know that stigma, style and ovary, these are the female reproductive parts. So here the option is C, which is anther and ovary. So anther is a male reproductive part which produces pollen and it is the male gamete, while ovary is the female reproductive part which produces egg, it is the female germ cell or female gamete. So answer is anther and ovary. Question number 3, which of the following is the correct sequence of events of sexual reproduction in a flower? Students, when we have read the sexual reproduction in flower, we have seen that there are steps involved in this type of reproduction. So if you remember, first step is pollination. So in option A and C, pollination is first step. So other two will be cancelled. दो तो ऐसे ही यहाँ पर cancel हो जाते हैं. Then what is pollination? Pollination is the transfer of pollen from anther to the stigma. Okay, so this is the first step. If you see the first option A, the second step is given fertilization. It is correct. In option C also, after pollination, fertilization is the second step given. Fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes. Okay, so these two are correct. Then what about the third step? Here the third step is given seedling. Seedling is the next step. First the embryo will form after the fertilization. So fertilization के बाद जो zygote form होता है, this zygote will develop as an embryo. ये embryo में develop होता है. Okay, so here seedling is the small little plant which forms after the fertilization, after the germination of a seed. Okay, so this option we will cancel because first embryo is formed and then seed is formed and from that seed the seedling is germinated. Okay, तो सीड से जो है वो सीड के जर्मिनेशन के बाद सीडलिंग फॉर्म होता है. सो इन दिस वे ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट. Pollination, then fertilization, then embryo and then seedling. Question number 4. Offspring formed by asexual method of reproduction have greater similarity among themselves because first option is asexual reproduction involves only one parent. Second, asexual reproduction does not involve gametes. Third, asexual reproduction occurs before sexual reproduction. Fourth, asexual reproduction occurs after sexual reproduction. So there is no such things after and before, you know. So we will cancel these two options. Then these two options left. First one is asexual reproduction involves only one parent. So it is correct. In asexual reproduction, either male or female parent is involved, only one parent. So it is correct. And second one, asexual reproduction does not involve gametes. इनमें gametes की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है ना. Male and female gametes are not involved because it is a asexual type of reproduction. So gametes are not involved here and only one parent is involved in this type of reproduction. So the answer is A, first and second statement. Question number 5. Characters transmitted from parents to offspring are present in cytoplasm, ribosome, Golgi bodies, genes. Students, we have already studied the structure of a cell and the cell organelles, and we know that genes are the units of heredity. Okay, and these are the functional unit of DNA. DNA is found in chromosome, and chromosome is located in the nucleus. We know these things. Okay, so the nucleus contains chromosomes. Chromosomes are made up of DNA, and genes are the functional units of DNA. Okay, and these genes carry genetic information from one generation to the another and causes variations in the species, that is from parents to the offspring. So the correct answer is D. Question number 6. Characters that are transmitted from parents to offspring during reproduction show only similarities with parents, only variations with parents, both similarities and variations with parents, neither similarities nor variations. Students, when there is sexual reproduction and two parents are involved, टू पेरेंट्स जब इन्वॉल्व होते हैं सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में, देयर आर ग्रेट चांसेस ऑफ वेरिएशंस. वहाँ पर वेरिएशंस के चांसेस होते हैं. एंड हमने अभी पढ़ा कि सिमिलैरिटीज़ भी होती है. दैट मीन्स सी आंसर इज करेक्ट. बोथ सिमिलैरिटीज़ एंड वेरिएशंस विद द पेरेंट्स. सिमिलैरिटीज़ क्यों? क्योंकि जो पेरेंटल कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो ऑफस्प्रिंग्स में ट्रांसमिट होते हैं. विथ दैट वेरिएशंस आर देयर बिकॉज टू पेरेंट्स आर इन्वॉल्व. तो दोनों पेरेंट्स के जो कैरेक्टर्स है यू विल सी देम इन द ऑफस्प्रिंग्स. सो वेरिएशंस विल बी देयर. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज सी, both similarities and variations with parents. Question number 7. A feature of reproduction that is common to amoeba, Spirogyra, and yeast is that they reproduce asexually, they are all unicellular, they reproduce only sexually, they are all multicellular. Now see, if you take the last option, they all are multicellular. Here amoeba and yeast, they are unicellular, while Spirogyra is multicellular. So this option will cancel. They reproduce only sexually. C अगर हम देखेंगे ऑप्शन, तो here yeast, amoeba and Spirogyra, they do not reproduce sexually. So C is cancelled. B, they are all unicellular. This is also wrong because Spirogyra is multicellular. First option, they reproduce asexually, it is correct because amoeba reproduce by binary fission, yeast reproduce by budding or fragmentation, Spirogyra also reproduces by fragmentation. Question number 7. A feature of reproduction that is common to amoeba, Spirogyra, and yeast is that they reproduce asexually, they are all unicellular, they reproduce only sexually, they are all multicellular. Now, see, if you take the last option, they all are multicellular. Here, amoeba and yeast they are unicellular while Spirogyra is multicellular. So, this option will cancel. They reproduce only sexually. See, अगर हम देखेंगे option तो here yeast amoeba and Spirogyra they do not reproduce sexually, so C is cancelled. B, they are all unicellular. This is also wrong because Spirogyra is multicellular. First option, they reproduce asexually, it is correct because amoeba reproduce by binary fission, yeast reproduce by budding or fragmentation, Spirogyra also reproduces by fragmentation. Question number 8. In Spirogyra, asexual reproduction takes place by breaking up of filaments into smaller bits, division of a cell into two cells, divisions of a cell into many cells, formation of young cells from the older cells. So here we know that Spirogyra reproduce asexually by the process of fragmentation. फ्रैगमेंटेशन से उसका रिप्रोडक्शन होता है. फ्रैगमेंटेशन का मतलब होता है breaking of the body of that organism into different pieces, and again each piece grows into new individual. Okay, so here Spirogyra has filamentous body. Filamentous means वो बिल्कुल पतले पतले फाइबर्स के फॉर्म में होते हैं, उनकी बॉडीज मल्टीसेल्युलर है. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि दिस फिलामेंट ब्रेक्स इनटू मेनी स्मॉल ब्रिड्स एंड ईच part of this filament again grows into a new individual. Okay, they form again the new filament. So here the first option is correct, breaking up of filaments into smaller bits. Why? Because आंसर बी नीचे वाले ऑप्शंस भी हम देख लेते हैं. डिवीजन ऑफ अ सेल इनटू टू, दिस इज बाइनरी फिशन, ये स्पायरोगायरा में नहीं होता है. डिवीजन ऑफ अ सेल इनटू मेनी सेल्स, ये प्लाज्मोडियम में होता है. मल्टीपल जो फिशन होता है वो भी स्पायरोगायरा में नहीं होता है. एंड डी, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ यंग सेल्स फ्रॉम द ओल्डर सेल्स, दिस also does not takes place in the Spirogyra. So answer A is correct. Question number 9. The ability of a cell to divide into several cells during reproduction in Plasmodium is called. Now here four options are there: budding, reduction division, binary fission and multiple fission. And the correct answer is multiple fission. Plasmodium reproduces both asexually and sexually also. Under unfavorable condition, it forms a cyst. It forms a cyst around it and then divides multiply or multiple times by the process of this multiple fission. Okay, and then results in the formation of number of new cells. In binary fission, only two cells are produced, two daughter cells are produced, but in multiple fission, you will. Question number 10. The correct sequence of reproductive stages seen in flowering plants is, there are four options. Now, before answering this question, you must know the stages, different stages in the process of reproduction in plants. First stage is production of male and female gamete, that is pollen and ovule. So, this takes place by the formation of gametes. Okay, then this pollen and ovule, that is male germ cell and female germ cells, after pollination they get fertilized. Okay, after fertilization it forms a zygote. Zygote is the cell which then develops into an embryo by repeated cell division. Okay, तो zygote जो है वो डिवाइड होता है several times to form an embryo. Then there is embryo development, and this embryo develops into fruit. Fruit contains many seeds, है ना. Fruit contains seeds, many seeds or a single seed maybe. तो fruit जो है it contains seeds, and these seeds after germination grows into a seedling or a little plant, baby plant, seedling. So this is the correct sequence of the reproductive stages seen in the flowering plants. That is gametes, zygote, embryo and seedling. Correct option is A. Question number 11. The number of chromosomes in parents and offsprings of a particular species remain constant due to option A, doubling of chromosomes after zygote formation, halving the chromosomes during gamete formation, doubling the chromosomes after gamete formation, and halving the chromosomes after gamete formation. And the correct answer is B, halving the chromosomes during gamete formation. Now, how it is? Students, we know that the gametes are produced by the process of meiosis. हमने अभी पढ़ा था ऊपर वाले क्वेश्चन में रिडक्शन डिवीजन, है ना. रिडक्शन डिवीजन में क्या होता है? बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ दिस मियोसिस, इट इज़ द वन टाइप ऑफ सेल डिवीजन. तो मियोसिस जो होता है, हियर द नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स इन ईच गैमेट इज हाफ, मीन्स वो हाफ हो जाते हैं. We can say n number of chromosomes. When it is 2n, it means two sets of chromosomes, that is diploid cell. So in meiosis what happens? The cells that are formed, they are having n number of chromosomes, that is they are haploid. Okay. At the time of fertilization what happens? The zygote formed from these two n cells. So here n and here n. So male and female gametes both are having, both the germ cells, they are having half the number of chromosomes. Okay, so when there is fertilization, what happens? The zygote forms, and this zygote contains 2n number of chromosomes, that is it is a diploid cell, full sets of chromosomes. Okay, so therefore the number of chromosomes in parents and offsprings of a species remain constant. भले ही जो गैमेट्स है वो हैप्लॉइड सेल्स हो, लेकिन उनके फ्यूज़न के बाद जो जाइगोट बनता है इट इज़ अ 2n और वी कैन से डिप्लॉइड सेल. और ये जो सेल है, ये जो नंबर है क्रोमोसोम्स का, ये एक न्यू इंडिविजुअल के क्रोमोसोम का नंबर है 2n. सो इन दिस वे द number of chromosomes in the parents and offsprings remains constant. Question number 12. In rhizopus, tubular thread-like structures bearing sporangia at their tips are called filaments, hyphae, rhizoids or roots. So before giving the answer, you should know the structure of a rhizopus. Rhizopus is a saprophytic fungus and its body is made up of three types of hyphae. And these three types of hyphae together form the mycelia. Okay, so let's see the structure. You must have drawn it in your copy, or it is there in your book also, in NCERT book. Okay, so this is the rhizoid, this type of hyphae that grow downwards like roots, they are known as rhizoids. Okay, then this one is the stolon. This hyphae is known as stolon, and it is the horizontal hyphae. You can see here it is for the propagation purpose. Okay, then the third one is the sporangiophore. It is unbranched. Sporangiophore जो है, they are unbranched hyphae, and these bear sporangium at the tip. Okay, and this sporangium contain spores. Okay, so what is the answer of this question? The answer is hyphae. Hyphae bear the sporangia at their tips. तो थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ हाइफी हमने देखे, राइजोइड्स, स्टोलन एंड sporangiophoर. Sporangiophore. Okay, so sporangiophore is a tubular structure, thread-like structure it is, and it bears sporangia. It is a kind of hyphae. So the correct answer is B, hyphae. Question number 13. Vegetative propagation refers to the formation of new plants from option A, stem, roots and flower, option B, stem, roots and leaves, option C, stem, flowers and fruits, option D, stem, leaves and flowers. Now we know that vegetative propagation is the type of asexual reproduction, and in this type of reproduction the vegetative parts of a plant take part. Okay, so which are the vegetative parts? Now here in option A, flower is there, which is not a vegetative part, it is reproductive part. Here also flower is there, so this option is also cancelled. Here also flowers is there, so the correct answer is stem, roots and leaves, option B. Question number 14. Factors responsible for the rapid spread of bread mold on slices of bread are large number of spores, availability of moisture and nutrients in bread, presence of tubular branched hyphae, formation of round shaped sporangia. Now we know that bread mold grows on a slices of bread under some favorable conditions, and these favorable conditions are presence of large number of spores and availability of moisture and nutrients in the bread. If the bread is dry, these spores will not grow, they will not germinate there, they will not form the mold. But if this bread will having some moisture in them, agar usme moisture hai, so then the spores will grow easily in that bread. Okay, so these are the two conditions or two factors responsible for the rapid spread of bread mold on the slices of bread. So the correct answer is first and second, that is option C. Question number 15. Length of pollen tube depends on the distance between A. Pollen grain and upper surface of stigma, pollen grain on upper surface of the stigma and ovule, pollen grain in anther and upper surface of stigma, upper surface of stigma and lower part of the style. Now students, we know that pollen tube that grows, it helps in the transporting of pollen grains to the ovule inside the ovary. Okay, so the pollen germinate on the upper surface of stigma. We know that the stigma is the upper part of the carpel. Okay, here stigma, then it is style, and here it is ovary. So the pollen that germinates here, it has to travel the germ cells, or the we can say the male germ cell that has to travel from stigma to the ovary, or we can say the ovule or the eggs present inside the ovary here. Okay, and hence the length of the pollen tube will depend on the distance between the upper surface of the stigma and the lower part of the ovule. Okay, so the correct answer is upper surface of the stigma and the lower part of the style, that is ovary. Ovary is the lower part of the style. So the correct answer is D. Question number 16. Which of the following statements are true for the flowers? Flowers are always bisexual. They are the sexual reproductive organs. They are produced in all groups of plants. After fertilization, they give rise to the fruits. Now, here we know that flowers are of two types, bisexual and unisexual. So, the first answer we will cancel. They are sexual reproductive organs. We know that flowers are the reproductive organs, sexual reproductive organs of the plants. Third, they are produced in all groups of plants. This is wrong because there are some plants which are non flowering, they do not produce flowers. And option 4 is after fertilization they give rise to fruits. This is correct. Fertilization के बाद जो ovary है, it develops into fruits containing ovules in the form of seeds. Okay, so the correct options are second and fourth. So the correct answer is answer D. They are the sexual reproductive organs, means flowers, and after fertilization flowers give rise to the fruits. Question number 17. Which among the following statements are true for unisexual flowers? First, they possess both stamen and pistil. This is not true because in unisexual flower, either pistil is present or the stamen is present. Both are not present in the same flower. Second, they possess either stamen or pistil. This is correct. They exhibit cross pollination. Yes, cross pollination is necessary in case of unisexual flowers. And number 4, the unisexual flowers possessing only stamen cannot produce fruits because fruit is a mature ovary and ovary is found in the pistil. Unisexual flower, if in unisexual flower is stamen is present, then pistil will be not present. So this statement is also true. So the correct answer is B. Second, third and fourth options are correct. Question number 18. Which among the following statements are true for sexual reproduction in flowering plants? First, it requires two types of gametes. This is correct. Male and female gametes should be there. Fertilization is a compulsory event. Yes, without fertilization, there will be no zygote formation and no embryo development. It always results in the formation of zygote. This is also correct. After fertilization, zygote is formed. Offspring formed are clones. Here, this statement is not correct because offspring that results from the asexual reproduction are exactly identical to the parents and are called the clones. Okay, but here in sexual reproduction it is not possible. Okay, it occurs in the asexual method of reproduction. So first, second and third options are correct. Option 4 is wrong. So the correct answer is C. Question number 19. In figure 8.1, the parts A, B and C are sequentially. Now see the options here. You can see these three labels A, B, C we have to find out. Okay. So one thing you remember here, what I how I remember this diagram. This is the embryo. Okay, it consists of two parts, upper part and the lower part. Now I know that the lower part grows into roots and the upper part grows into the shoot of the plant. But how to remember their names, parts names? So I have the trick, like roots first letter is R and the radical first letter is R. So R for roots, R for radical. Okay. So if you know that the lower part is the radical, the upper part will be plumule. So in this way you can identify the labels. You remember this one, root for radical, then plumule for shoot. Okay. So two you know now, upper part is plumule and the lower part is radical, and this one B is the cotyledon. Okay. So in this way you can have some tricks to remember the names or labels of the diagrams. So the correct answer is answer B. Question number 20. Offspring formed as a result of sexual reproduction exhibit more variations because options are sexual reproduction is a lengthy process, genetic material comes from two parents of the same species, genetic material comes from two parents of different species, genetic material comes from many parents. So here you remember one thing, that sexual reproduction is the process in which two individuals of the same species produce two different gametes. Species are same and two different gametes are produced, male and female, from the same species. Now these gametes upon fusion form the zygote, this you know, and this zygote produces new individual or offspring. Okay, so because of the contribution of this male and female, these two parents, the offspring produces the offspring that produces has more variation. So the correct answer is option B. Genetic material comes from two parents of the same species. Question number 21. Reproduction is essential for living organisms in order to keep the individual organism alive, fulfill their energy requirement, maintain growth, continue the species generation after generation. Now here you should know that reproduction is essential for the survival of the species, for the survival of the species. Because why? Because it helps in producing new generation of the same species. नए नए जो generations होते हैं एक ही species में, they are produced because of the reproduction. Okay, so all other life processes, जो भी दूसरी life processes है other than reproduction, they are essential to keep the organism alive. किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म को अलाइव रहना है तो उसको सारी लाइफ प्रोसेसेस जो है वो ज़रूरी है, बट रिप्रोडक्शन इज़ नॉट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर अ सिंगल इंडिविजुअल टू बी अलाइव. ओके, and it is also not needed for the energy requirement or to maintain growth. For energy requirement and for maintaining growth there are different life processes, but reproduction is essential for the continuity of life, that is, to continue the species generation after generation. So, the correct answer is option D, continue the species generation after generation. Question number 22. During adolescence, several changes occur in the human body. Mark one change associated with the sexual maturation in boys. Now, there are different secondary sexual characters that can be seen at the age of uh, puberty, we can say, or the age, we can say, adolescence. Okay, so here there are different characters we can see, like growth of hair in different parts of the body, like face, armpits, chest, etc. Then cracking of voice, broadening of shoulders, erection of penis. So these are the secondary sexual characters found in the boys. Now here list is given. We have to find out the uh, change that is associated with sexual maturation in the boys. So the options are loss of male teeth, increase in height, cracking of voice, and weight gain. So the correct answer is cracking of voice. Question number 13. In human females, an event that reflects onset of reproductive phase is growth of body, changes in hair pattern, change of in voice, and menstruation. Now the correct option is D here, menstruation. We know that in females, menstruation starts at the age of puberty. Okay, and this phase of uh, this reproductive phase is marked by the discharge of endometrial lining. Endometrial lining यानी कि जो यूटरस की इंटरनल लाइनिंग्स होती है वो, एंड द अनफर्टिलाइज्ड एग, इसका डिस्चार्ज होता है थ्रू द वजाइना during menstruation, and menstruation lasts or continues for 5 to 7 days. So this menstruation occurs every month in the life of a female, and it starts at the puberty. Okay, so menstruation is the onset of reproductive phase in human females. Question number 24. In human males, testes lie in the scrotum because it helps in the process of mating, formation of sperm, easy transfer of gametes, all the above. And the correct answer is answer B, formation of sperm. Now here you know that testes are present in the muscular bag called the scrotum, and these scrotum lies outside the body cavity. Testes help in the formation of sperms. Okay, sperms are formed inside the testes, but this production of sperms requires lower temperature than the body, and that is why scrotum जो है they lie outside the abdominal cavity, okay, which contain testes. So testes का जो function है, it is formation of sperm. Question number 25. Which among the following is not the function of testes at puberty? Formation of germ cell. Yes, it is the function of testes because it produces sperms that are the male germ cells. Okay. So first is correct. Second, secretion of testosterone. Yes, testes secrete the hormone testosterone at puberty. Development of placenta. Placenta is not the part of male reproductive system. It is a part of female reproductive system. So this answer option is wrong. Then secretion of estrogen. This is also wrong because estrogen is secreted by the ovaries, and ovaries are the part of female reproductive system. So third and fourth is not the function of testes. So the correct option is option C, third and fourth. Question number 26. The correct sequence of organs in the male reproductive system for transport of sperm is A. Testis vas deferens urethra, testis ureter urethra, B. C. Testis urethra ureter, and D. Testis vas deferens and ureter. Now here students, we know that the sperms are produced in the testis and then stored in the epididymis and then transported to the urethra through vas deferens. Okay, so the correct sequence of transport of sperm is testis, vas deferens and urethra. So option A is the correct option. Testis, vas deferens and urethra. Question number 27. Which among the following diseases is not sexually transmitted? And the correct answer is answer B, hepatitis. Other three options, that is syphilis, HIV/AIDS and gonorrhea, these are known as STD, means sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, and hepatitis is caused through the contaminated water and food. Okay, so hepatitis is not the sexually transmitted disease. So students, here we have finished the 27 MCQ questions from NCERT Exemplar Class 10, Chapter 8, How do organisms reproduce? In our upcoming video, we will discuss about the very short answers from NCERT Exemplar book. Okay, so till then, take care. Bye bye.